Mia Park, 31, departed from Seattle 5 years ago, leaving the past behind without a glance back. I was employed as a back-end developer at a cybersecurity firm, catering to prominent banks and handling government contracts. I wasn't merely proficient in my role. I was indispensable. I tackled challenges that left other teams at a loss for words. Yet beyond the office walls, I was a mere shadow, invisible to my own family. It had been since 2016 that we last exchanged words, so when my phone vibrated on a tranquil Wednesday evening in October 2023, I was taken aback to see my cousin's name lighting up the screen. Rachel was the sole keeper of my new number. "Leah," she murmured gently, "your parents are attempting to contact you. Your family is hoping you'll return for Christmas." I lowered myself gently onto the edge of my modest bed in my Brooklyn apartment. "At this moment?" I inquired. "After all this time." "They've been inquiring," Rachel remarked, "and they appear quite earnest." I set the phone down and found myself lost in the blankness of the wall before me. It had been months since my thoughts wandered to my family. It has been years, truly. Yet, the memories surged forth with great intensity, perpetually the outlier, seldom the cherished. I recalled the chill of the office chair beneath me at the age of 13, my knees drawn tightly to my chest. Dr. Patel, my childhood psychologist, spoke to my parents with a stark clarity. "Leah's struggles do not stem from isolation. They arise from neglect." My mother let out a derisive laugh. "Our affection for each of our children is unwavering and equal." Yet, I was acutely aware of her deception. Dylan, my older brother, possessed an undeniable charm. The football star, the class president, the golden boy. On the day he turned 16, he received the car. I acquired a thrift store sweater that still bore the scent of another person. Even during the festive season, the gifts from Tyler Reynolds shimmered beneath the tree. Mine felt more like mere afterthoughts. Yet this year, they were at last reaching out to me once more. Little did they know the person I had transformed into. Family gatherings often felt like a chaotic ordeal. Tyler Reynolds commanded the room, exuding a loud charm and magnetic presence, while I faded into the background, akin to unnoticed furniture. It was at that moment that I stumbled upon the world of coding. A dusty flyer, affixed to the high school bulletin board, marked the beginning. "Join us for the Intro to Computer Science Club in room 27, every Thursday after school." I visited once. From that moment on, I never missed a session. For the first time, I experienced a sense of recognition, not from individuals, but through the intricate logic of code. We exchanged volumes, engaged in spirited discussions about compilers, and lingered into the night troubleshooting one another's projects. My journey began with the creation of my first game, crafted on a borrowed laptop. One day, Mr. Bennett, our teacher, beckoned me to step aside. "There's something extraordinary about you, Leah," he remarked. "Refuse to allow anyone to diminish your essence." At the age of 17, I had devised a plan. I would embark on the journey of applying to college, bid farewell to Seattle, and construct my future anew. Dylan, naturally, had already secured a place at a prestigious university in California, benefiting from the unwavering financial backing of my parents. Then arrived the Thanksgiving dinner. My father lifted his glass. "To Dylan, we are filled with pride at Stanford." Cheers resounded. Then Mom remarked, "As for Leah, we're encouraging her to seek steady employment." Everyone at the table erupted in laughter, my parents included. I found no amusement. Little did they realize that I had already obtained a full scholarship to a prestigious tech program in New York. Tuition, accommodation, and even a stipend. Everything is taken care of. With a sense of quiet determination, I gathered my belongings and settled into a dorm in Manhattan. Part-time waitress. I finished at the pinnacle of my class, secured a coveted position at a cybersecurity firm even before my diploma had dried. 4 years later, I found myself at the helm of a multi-million-dollar integration for a global bank. The bonus, you ask? Sufficient to acquire a brownstone. I reached out to a realtor. Within a few days, my realtor discovered a charming brownstone condo nestled in the heart of Fort Greene, featuring 2 inviting bedrooms, a modern kitchen, charming exposed brick, and a prime location near the park. At the age of 31, I proudly stepped into the realm of home ownership. In the fortnight leading up to Christmas, I welcomed friends into my home for a cozy housewarming gathering. Only my true friends, the ones who witnessed me gather all-nighters, weep over unsuccessful code, and yet continued to arrive each day. We nestled on floor cushions, savoring Thai takeout and inexpensive wine, enveloped by a sea of unpacked boxes and the sound of laughter. Lisa lifted her glass. She addressed Leah, the reserved individual who transformed stillness into strength. We raised our glasses in a cheerful toast. A smile graced my lips, yet a thought remained, hovering in the shadows of my mind. I would be returning home in a week, yet this time, I would not return as the unseen girl. This time, I returned as a person fully aware of her value. Just a week shy of Christmas, I decided to take a break from work, carefully wrapped a few simple yet meaningful gifts, and embarked on a 6-hour drive back to the familiar streets of my childhood neighborhood in North Seattle. The house bore the marks of time, its once vibrant facade now dulled and weary. Weathered siding, unruly hedges, and a porch light that flickered as if clinging to a fading recollection. I pressed the doorbell, my hands quivering with anticipation. Echoes of footsteps. At that moment, the door let out a soft creak as it slowly opened. "Is that you, Leah?" My mother blinked, her eyes momentarily catching the light in a fleeting moment of surprise. "Oh my, it truly is you." She offered me a quick, rigid embrace. "You appear distinct." Within the confines of the space, the aroma enveloped me. Time-worn wood polish, musty air, and the constant presence of a bowl filled with dried potpourri. The living room brimmed with people. Silence enveloped the room as all gazes shifted in my direction. "It seems our long-awaited guest has finally arrived," someone remarked quietly. "Is she dressed in sweats?" another murmured. I cast my eyes downward. Custom-fitted black trousers paired with an exquisite designer coat. Subtle elegance, yet evidently overlooked by this audience. Then Tyler Reynolds stepped out of the kitchen, a radiant smile lighting up his face. "Allow me to introduce you to Mia, my beloved wife." He gestured toward her belly, indicating the future niece or nephew on the way. "Congratulations," I remarked. He wore a sly grin. "Are you still tucked away in a corner, immersed in your coding?" Joyful echoes danced through the air. Attention gripped my jaw. "I'm employed in the tech industry," I responded with composure. "If you've ever come back home with an unexpected strength, hit subscribe, for the next chapter of this tale is where everything transforms." "Technology, is it?" Tyler Reynolds wore a sly grin. "Enjoy repairing printers or responding to help desk inquiries?" He shifted his gaze toward Mia. Leah had always been the eccentric one, likely toiling away in some dimly lit basement. A faint smile graced my lips. Something along those lines. Mother brought her hands together in a sharp, decisive clap. "The dinner preparations are nearing completion, and soon the table will be set for a delightful meal. Leah, kindly set your belongings aside. Tyler Reynolds has taken over your old room as his office, which means you'll be resting on the couch instead." Indeed, he certainly was. Certainly, I would be. The evening unfolded like a languid stream of disdain. Aunt Nora ensnared me by the melancholy bowl of punch. "Your brother is embarking on a new venture. He possesses an extraordinary foresight. So are you still immersed in the world of computers?" "I craft software," I replied. She wrinkled her nose in distaste. "Ah, indeed. There are tasks that require a certain level of monotony to be addressed." During the preparation of dinner, Uncle Mike leaned in closer. "Are there still openings for dishwasher positions at my diner?" "Offers the bare minimum in compensation, yet remains forthright." I expressed my gratitude with a courteous tone. "I'm well." During dinner, I found myself positioned at the far end of the table, adjacent to the kitchen door. Dylan, as expected, commanded the spotlight. "This will change everything," he proclaimed. "All we require is the initial funding to get our venture off the ground." "What is the cost?" Father inquired. $200 grand to get rolling," Tyler Reynolds remarked with an air of nonchalance. I almost found myself gasping for breath as water threatened to escape my grasp. It was a familiar refrain, echoing the countless cliched pitches of failed startups I had encountered. "We'll figure something out," Mom said, giving his hand a reassuring pat. "Family supports one another." Once dinner had concluded, she offered me a blanket and motioned toward the couch. Christmas morning arrived with Tyler Reynolds and Mia racing down the stairs, their excitement palpable like that of children. Gifts stacked in abundance. My van is wrapped. Exquisite presents carefully selected. "Leah, these are exquisite," Mom exclaimed, lifting her new bag with delight. Yet, as the moment approached for me to take my place. "Oh no," Mother exclaimed with an audible gasp. "Leah." It completely slipped our minds. Tyler Reynolds erupted in laughter, reminiscent of our childhood days. "Refrain from shedding tears this time," he said with a smirk. "You have reached adulthood." A subtle transformation occurred within me. Neither sorrow nor rage, merely a sense of clarity. "I will not shed a tear," I stated calmly as I rummaged through my purse. This year, I treated myself to a rather splendid gift. I retrieved my keychain and lifted it into the light. The polished steel glimmered under the illumination. Mother's brow furrowed. "What is that?" With a calm demeanor, I stated, "Ease. To my new abode. I finalized the deal just last week." Silence descended with the weight of a shattered plate. Father blinked. "So you acquired an apartment?" "With money," I declared. "From my occupation. A significant milestone has been achieved, as my company has successfully licensed a cybersecurity framework I developed to a prominent international bank." My cut was impeccable. Mother's gaze sharpened. "How firm?" I merely shrugged. "Approximately $150,000. Not a single cent after taxes." The silence was so profound. You might have heard a fork drop. Dylan's jaw dropped in astonishment. Mia's eyes grew wide with surprise. Mom and Dad gazed at me as if I had just revealed a secret existence hidden beneath the surface. "What type of employment offers bonuses of that nature?" I informed you. I stated with a sense of tranquility. "I am a creator of software solutions. I craft robust security systems tailored for Fortune 500 clients." Father inclined closer. "For how long have you been making this level of income?" "Ever since I donned my cap and gown. The bonuses may fluctuate, yet my salary has consistently remained in the six-figure range for quite some time." At that moment, everything changed. Mom rose, radiating warmth and sweetness. "Darling, why didn't you share that with us?" "Your accomplishments fill us with pride," Father interjected. "Dylan, did you catch that sound? Your sister collaborates with Fortune 500 companies." Dylan's jaw tightened with resolve. Mia leaned closer, her lips brushing against his ear as she murmured softly. My mother settled next to me. "Could you share some details about this apartment? What is the number of bedrooms?" "2 bedrooms, 2 baths, nestled in the heart of Fort Greene." Near her workplace, she radiated joy. "It would be worthwhile for us to pay a visit. Family ought to remain united." I nearly chuckled. "Kin. Following 8 years of quietude?" In fact, I mentioned standing. "A lengthy journey awaits me on the road ahead." My mother extended her hand towards my arm. "Our conversation has yet to touch upon your professional journey." As I gathered my belongings, the faint sound of their whispers reached my ears, a blend of hushed tones and pressing urgency. As I descended the stairs, suitcase in hand, they stood there, awaiting my arrival. Their eager, strained smiles ignited a chorus of alarm bells within me. "Before you head out," Dad said, stepping forward, "it is essential that we discuss the business opportunity presented by Dylan. As you pointed out, he requires a bit of funding to embark on his journey." Tyler Reynolds smiled, as if he were granting me a kindness. "This represents a sound investment. You would find yourself at the very inception of it all." "What is the cost?" I inquired with a flat tone. "Only $200,000, not a cent more," he declared. "Considering what you earn, it seems rather insignificant, doesn't it?" I gazed upon them. My parents, who once chuckled at Uncle Mike's suggestion of a dishwashing job for me. My brother, a figure who dedicated his life to ridiculing me. And his wife, who had shared a laugh just the day before. "No," I stated firmly. The smiles faded away. "What do you mean by no?" Mother erupted. "I must clarify, I won't be providing you with any funds." "Yet we are family," Dad insisted, as though the term carried any significance. With my arms crossed, I stood there. Where was my family when I was instructed to seek my own place just a day after graduation? Or when you covered Dylan's college expenses, while I was left to navigate my own path in solitude? "That was different," Mom murmured. "In those days, our pockets were quite empty." "You possessed funds for Dylan," I remarked. Tyler Reynolds exhibited remarkable potential. She let out a sharp bark, only to swiftly retreat. "We believed that work would offer you a more favorable experience." I seized my bag. "I must take my leave." "You selfish brat," Tyler Reynolds interrupted. "In light of all that this family has done for you, what have you contributed in return?" What have you contributed in return? I inquired. Elevate me? Will you nourish me? That's the essence of parenting, not an act of charity. You ensured that I was acutely aware of my unwelcome presence. I made my way to the door, their protests trailing behind me like a stubborn shadow. You'll regret this, Mom shouted. I will not, I declared, and I truly meant it. As I merged onto the highway, my phone suddenly illuminated with notifications. Messages, phone calls, emotional manipulation. At a rest stop, I severed all ties. In the heart of Brooklyn, I filled a glass with wine and gazed at the city's luminous embrace from my balcony. Sarah sent a message. I heard about what transpired. I apologize for their actions. Do not be, I responded. This was the most extraordinary gift I have ever received from them. Liberty, she responded with a laughing emoji. Your mother is proclaiming to all that you lack gratitude. Allow her, I replied. That night, I experienced a slumber deeper than I had in years. The following morning, I awoke to an inundation of messages. Yet, it wasn't from my parents or Dylan. These messages came from aunts, uncles, and cousins, with whom I had not exchanged words in years. Your mother shared with us the events that transpired. How could one possibly forsake their family? Tyler Reynolds embarks on a quest to create something remarkable. It is essential to offer him your support. Your selfishness was never a secret to us. One after another, I severed the connections. All names, all guilt trips, vanished. All but Sarah. That afternoon, she made the call. Oh, Leah, she let out a weary sigh. The entire family is unraveling. Your mother reached out to everyone, claiming that you are wealthy and unwilling to assist Dylan. Good for her, I remarked with a hint of sarcasm. She's spreading the word that you've lost touch with your roots. Indeed she is. Heaven help them if they ever acknowledge that the daughter they overlooked has truly accomplished something meaningful in her life. Sarah's voice took on a gentle quality. Your achievements fill me with pride. For all its work, I assured her of its great value. You are the sole person I wish to remain connected with. Are you truly fine with severing ties with everyone else? Sarah, I spoke softly. 8 years have passed since I severed ties with them. Oh, this has now been made official. That evening, I gathered with my friends at our familiar haunt in Fort Greene, a charming wine bar adorned with weathered leather boots and twinkling fairy lights draped above the counter. I revealed it all to them. Good riddance, Lisa remarked. They exude a profoundly toxic aura. Will you find yourself longing for their presence? A different companion inquired. I pondered over it. No, it seems I have been grieving for the family that was never mine to hold. This simply shut the tome. I lifted my glass. To those we hold dear as family. To the chosen family, they resonated, beaming. As we raised our glasses in celebration, my phone vibrated with a sudden buzz. A number shrouded in mystery. I set it to silent mode. Half a year had passed, and the city was now enveloped in the warm embrace of summer's golden rays. Perched on my balcony, a warm cup of coffee cradled in my hands, I observed the morning as it gracefully revealed itself beneath me. It was as if I was breaking free from a haze I hadn't known enveloped me. Sarah continued to call each week, sharing her updates, not due to my request. Yet it was her compassion that drove her actions. Last month, Jake welcomed the arrival of his daughter into the world. She confided in me. Madison. How lovely, I remarked, and truly intended it. I wished for that little girl to experience a love far greater than the one I knew. As Sarah mentioned, Tyler Reynolds and Mia continued to reside with my parents. The grand venture? Merely words, nothing more. Even the family members were growing weary of the constant chatter surrounding it. It seems my parents have woven my betrayal into their cherished tale of woe. At each family gathering, I was portrayed as the ungrateful daughter who disappeared, despite all their sacrifices. In the interim, my existence had veered in a direction I would not exchange for the world. 3 months following that fateful Christmas, I encountered Ryan Carter at a quaint coffee shop close to my workplace. A freelance designer, characterized by a warm smile and a profound respect for personal boundaries, possessed a keen understanding of the tech landscape. Moreover, they grasped the significance of stepping away from a harmful family dynamic. He had accomplished it as well. The workplace was flourishing. I had ascended to the role of lead systems architect for a significant AI security integration. The salary increase was quite favorable. Yet, what exhilarated me even more was the liberty to create something truly revolutionary. My team held me in high regard. My thoughts held significance. At last, I was crafting the life I once envisioned while sprawled on a worn couch in my parents' basement. Approximately a month prior, Tyler Reynolds managed to acquire a new number and placed a call. "Oh, hey, Leah," he said, his tone a blend of awkwardness and cheerfulness. "I was thinking it might be nice to reconnect. What is it that you desire?" I inquired. Madison must rush to meet her aunt. The situation is quite constrained at the moment. The house belonging to my parents requires some attention and improvement. No, you have no idea just how much. It is of no consequence. He erupted. I ended the call. As I settled into my apartment, cradling a warm cup of coffee next to Ryan Carter, a profound sense of tranquility enveloped me. All that they claimed I would never possess. Affection, security, achievement. I crafted my journey according to my own vision. Sarah later revealed that they were transforming my old bedroom into a nursery. It was devoid of any sting. The room always seemed foreign to me. This one certainly does. They continued to seek me out through far-flung cousins and acquaintances of the family. Aunt Nora's voicemail was my favorite. "Family endures through all, Leah." Yet, I had already turned my back. I had no intention of looking back. Ryan Carter and I set our sights on a journey to Japan next month. We had immersed ourselves in the language, charting the temples and saving our favorite noodle shops for future visits. Sarah reached out to me. "Your post caught Mom's eye. She claims it's quite ordinary. You prefer to escape on a vacation rather than lend a hand to family." "Very well," I remarked. "Perhaps she will finally understand." Just last week, I received a promotion to lead the engineering team. "Salary in the top percentile," my superior remarked. "You have truly earned this." We gathered in joyous camaraderie with our friends, Lisa quipped. "Your mom must have felt that surge in your bank balance." Under the stars, Ryan Carter uncorked a bottle of champagne on the balcony. "Let us purchase a home," I proposed, "with ample space, a garden space, perhaps a canine companion." The soft vibration of my phone broke the silence. Once more, "It is Sarah. My mother insists that you must be involved in drug dealing." A chuckle escaped my lips. "Allow them to weave their narratives. I am embracing my own journey. If you have ever experienced the sensation of being unseen within your own family, I would be eager to listen to your story. Leave your thoughts below. Share with me what you left behind. The peace you have constructed is remarkable. Your support serves as a poignant reminder that solitude is not my companion. Perhaps you could use that reminder as well. Allow me to offer you some counsel. Do not hesitate to embrace your own work. Craft a life that embodies your true value, rather than conforming to the demands of others. What if you find a connection? Press that subscribe button. Let us flourish in unison.